Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel. This is your girl, Mommy So True. Hey guys, so good to see you here. Happy day, right? If that's not you, listen, if you're on this recovery journey, you're gonna get there. You're going to get there. Today, I'm here to talk to you. You might be this person married to a narcissist. Ooh, let's talk about it. Because I can't talk about it unless I really know about it. I didn't have to be married to a narcissist for 30 years for me to be able to tell you what I know you've experienced. Today, we're talking about how the marriage with a narcissist is not a real marriage. Any marriage with a narcissist is not a real marriage. Any relationship with a narcissist is not a relationship. What it is a complete manipulationship. Is completely a situationship that you're in, because there's so many things that happens in the life of a narcissist, and no matter what that thing is, the narcissist is still a narcissist. And if anything, the people who are pulled in and drug along suffer. They're tortured. Besides the child of a narcissist, no one knows and no one endures the pain like the spouse of a narcissist. If this channel resonates with you, take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're new here, welcome to you. And hello to all my lovely subscribers out there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, all over the world. There are some people who don't end up marrying a narcissist, but the experience that they go through is still deep, it's still torturing. And that's because they still ended up dealing with the same spirit that you married. You married a dark soul. You married a broken soul. This is supposed to be a union. But with a narcissist, there's no unity. The relationship is one-sided because it's always going to be about them no matter what. You know, it's all about control. They have to have access to you. It's a lot of isolation. It's a lot of just gaslighting you and making you think that you're crazy when you know that this person you're married to is not pouring into you. They're not giving you the attention that you need and seek, the attention that you deserve, because we're humans. We all need some type of validation. We all need love. We all need it. We all want it. We all want to be heard, seen, and felt by our partner. And when you choose to get married, this is something that comes with that union. This is something that comes with that matrimony. You marry someone who you know you can lean on when you're not feeling so good, when you need a little motivation. You're not able to do that with a narcissist. You are not able to do that with a narcissist. Not only does the marriage not mean anything, but that piece of paper is really, truly just a piece of paper. Whether they took you through the ceremony where you had a beautiful wedding, because you're dealing with a narcissist who's all about show, all about image. Maybe they come from a family with money. Maybe they come from a very highly narcissistic family. So they have to prove, that this marriage was the best. Our wedding was the best. We had the best of the best of the best. Make sure it got recorded. Make sure, everybody in the town showed up and showed out. But then shortly after that, or maybe even before that ceremony, you were living hell with that person. And it's been nothing but just image. When you marry a narcissist, you legally and you spiritually bound yourself to the narcissist. They get full ownership over you, over the lifestyle that you live. It's their way of parenting. Your way is trash. You're not a good mother. You're not a good father. And as time goes on in a marriage, you'll hear more about that and you'll see how they make you feel. You'll feel how they put your children against you. A marriage with a narcissist is not a real marriage. Marriage is supposed to be two people learning each other and growing together. It has nothing to do with trying to be perfect, coming in perfect, or being perfect with it. It's just about two people getting together who want a family together, who want to parent children together and build their own traditions, start and grow their own family, continue their family's legacy, or start their own. Marriage is teamwork. And like I said before, a union. It's supposed to be a matrimony, but not with a narcissist. Because you're supposed to have peace in marriage. Marriage is not supposed to be hard. If you've ever been told that, or if you believe that, or if you grew up seeing that, that is something you have to unlearn. Marriage is not supposed to be hard. Being married to a narcissist is beyond hard. It's difficult. It's difficult. It's so complex. It's so draining. It's so exhausting. It's so humiliating. It's difficult. It's worse than raising bad children, because the narcissist is a grown child that's broken and refuses to do anything about the dirt that's inside of them. Being married to a narcissist is complete hell, because in their mind, they've locked it in with someone who is supposed to accept who they are. When you become a spouse to a narcissist, you're the one who is supposed to never leave. They married you because they trusted that you will never be that supply to really disappoint them, be disloyal, or show betrayal. And you know how you do those things to a narcissist? When you start to set boundaries. Narcissists typically marry scapegoated children. They marry broken empaths with dark pasts. They marry codependent people. They marry those with unhealed wounds and traumas. Because those type of people are typically the ones that a narcissist thinks will never be able to rise up and walk on their own. They think that you need them. Because some scapegoats are wounded. Some scapegoats are seeking love, searching for love, but in all the wrong places. It's typically the scapegoat who is love bombed quickly into a marriage with a narcissist. Because we are deceived based on our trauma. Our trauma blinds us from what's not good for us. And that's why a lot of us has fallen into these vicious cycles of narcissistic relationships that probably ended up in a narcissistic marriage. A narcissistic marriage is not a real marriage. You cannot have a real marriage with someone who is not willing to work on themselves. Marriage is about growth. Life is about growth. And narcissists are stagnant beings. And if they're not stagnant by their own, they want to make sure you're stagnant. They want to make sure they keep their spouse trapped, isolated, and weak. They want to make sure your career never goes up. Matter of fact, they'll influence you and maybe even love bomb you to quit your job. Become fully dependent on me as my spouse so that I can fully control you as my slave. Because a marriage with a narcissist is not a real marriage. It's an enslavement. It's spiritual enslavement. This is how the devil has been enslaving you. Because the devil could not get you in all the other ways when you were growing up. Because the devil's been doing this throughout your family for many generations. Bad marriages, broken marriages, women who can't stay married, men who won't stay married, men who don't get married, men who don't have children, women who don't have children. The devil is really playing with your life when a narcissist approaches you, because there's still a job that needs to be finished, which is, let's get rid of you. Let's get rid of this person with all this light. One of the best ways to dim your light, steal your joy, steal your life, waste your life, is to get you to marry a demon called a narcissist. Before you know it, you will not know who you are. Before you know it, all these years will come and go. And you're just existing. You may have had some kids. You may have parented them the best way you could. You've tried to live a good life, but here you are still hurting for some reason. Because the person you had those children with all this time, all these years, they really made you do it by yourself. They really made you do it by yourself where it counted at. See, narcissistic spouses like to make the outside believe that they are super husbands and super wives, super moms and super dads. But they really abandoned their wives, their husbands, their children. Emotionally, they're never really there. If they are, they're manipulating. They're playing with their heads. And physically, a lot of them are never there. There's always an excuse to be gone. Gone for weeks, months at a time, especially when the kids are young. These mothers end up single mothers because of narcissistic men. Let's be 1,000. Divorce rates are high and ridiculous because of narcissistic men and women. Getting married means nothing to a narcissist. To meet you, to trick you, to get you to love them, to get you to, buy a ring, put a ring on, only to play about the ring once you get married, only to never want to wear the ring, only to make you want to take the ring off. Question the ring, question the entire marriage 6 months into it, a year into it. 15 years later, you're still wondering, why did I marry this mother effer? Why did I marry this mother effer? Because now I'm locked in, because legally we establish rights and obligations together between us, between our kids. The ultimate entrapment. The ultimate entrapment is marriage. It's marriage. When a narcissist is determined to marry someone and they actually do it, oh my God, they are really aiming to destroy or really kill you. In their eyes, they've really taken you out. Oh, you agreed to marry me? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, I'm going to be the love of your life, all right. I'm going to be the husband you dreamed of, all right. I'm going to let you slowly feel the poison that I'm injecting in you with all my lies. Because I lied to get you, so I'm going to lie to keep you in the marriage. And then I'm going to lie to our kids, because they got to be in the cycle. Everybody got to be in the cycle. So I got to juggle all my lies. I got to juggle all my secret lives. You married to a narcissist, it's not a real marriage, because they're still single out here. They roaming these streets as if they are not married to you. Never coming home, barely coming home, never checking in, don't want you checking in. You better not call them and ask them where they at. Why you been gone so long? Where you been at the last week? You better not. Because married to a narcissist is being married to the most violent, and if not violent, the most childish, and if not childish, the most insecure, and if not insecure, the most broken being you could have ever did anything with, let alone marry. Marriage was intended for us to procreate, for us to build companionship, have companionship. These are things that a healthy society needs. This is why we live in a narcissistic world. Our society has so much toxic ways about dating and marriage and life and raising children and parenting, because narcissistic people with these traits, do not carry these vital essentials. They cannot build or keep or maintain companionship. They're too busy lying. They're too busy deceiving. They're too busy creating chaos and enjoying it. They're procreating, but in a very messed up way. Having children just to abandon them. Having children just to use them as pawns in this narcissistic game that they're playing. Because they don't really love those children. Those children are just being used at the convenience of the narcissist. So they're procreating. Yeah, they're having children with you and all their other supplies. They came in the door with children. You find out there's children that you didn't even know were involved. Think about your narcissistic parent. The older you get, the more you realize how promiscuous they probably really were, how secretive they probably really were. Whoa, we have another brother somewhere? Wow, that's crazy. Marriage with a narcissist is not a real marriage. At any point, at any moment, they can kick you out. You gotta go. This is their house, not yours. Even though you built it up with them, even though you've been there, you rode and died. You abandoned your career, your job, your interests so that they can go up in life. But now that they balling, now that they doing good, oh, you can leave. Oh, you setting boundaries? Oh, you can leave. I don't even want you no more. You start to see how fake the marriage is when you start to tell them how insignificant they are being to you as a spouse. The mask really slips in front of that spouse. When you're married to a narcissist, honestly, they don't care to keep wearing a mask. They don't. They feel like they've got you where they need you, where they want you. It's not going to be that easy to just leave and divorce, because divorce is not easy. And divorcing a narcissist is hell. Probably worse than it can be being in the marriage sometimes for some people, because when it's time to leave, you gotta be prepared to leave everything or lose everything. That can be your children, that can be your money, that can be property, because they don't play fair. There is no playing fair. What is that to a narcissist? If that was, if that was their way of thinking, they would have never married you. They would have known that they should have left you alone and let someone who actually deserves you have you. Okay? They would have left your high valued ass alone and not made you think that you met the love of your life and tricked you into a courthouse or into a marriage manipulationship. Marriage with a narcissist is not a real marriage. What it is it's years of fighting for your life. Years of fighting for your life. Years of fighting for your life. Fighting to be seen, be taken serious, fighting to be heard, eventually for the sake of your children, fighting to stay married for the sake of your children eventually, fighting because you're just trying to hold on to whatever you've built together. But eventually, every spouse wakes up, because this roller coaster ride of a marriage with a narcissist never ends. The hell never ends. If anything, every year it gets worse. After every argument, it gets worse. And as they age, it gets worse. As time goes on, the more you're married, the more the universe reveals to you how you don't belong. How much you don't belong there. How much that union is actually not of God. So at any point when that spouse wakes up, that final wake up, that awakening moment, being married to a narcissist, when you finally realize, you know what? I've been married to the demon. I've been married to the devil. That's why life has been so hellish. My sex life has been bad. They got me on drugs and alcohol, or they're on drugs and alcohol. I'm just so tired. I'm drained. I'm frustrated. I can't do it. I won't do it. I can't even believe I allowed my children to go through it. Matter of fact, I'm not going to allow my children to go through it. Eventually you wake up and you realize that you rather go through the pain of divorcing and getting away than staying and allowing them to get rid of you, because they will kill you. They'll take you out of here. Being married to a narcissist is accepting the contract to make sure that you don't make it, to make sure they make a fool out of you, in front of you, in front of your children, in front of your family, because they've been selfish the whole time. It's never been about you the whole time. After they married you, it was it. That was it. They had nothing else to give. They didn't want to try nothing else because they locked you in. They had you. And at that point, there was no point to even try to wear a fake happy marital mask. And there are some narcissists who will. You got those coverts. They'll wear that I'm happy mask for a long time, until one day you start to see how actually depressed and sad and miserable and dark they are. Because it starts to show and manifest as they age. Those children are not children anymore. You know, things change. And the narcissist has to face life. They have to face reality. And when you're married to them, you witness the devil energy. You see the devil influence. It's so much up and down. There's some good, there's some bad, but there's a lot of ugly, a lot of darkness. And you get to a point where you just want to run for your life. You literally want to escape from that prison with you and your children, or maybe just by yourself. If the children are narcissistic now and they don't want to go, I gotta go. Y'all be all right, because I'm married and it's not real and I gotta go. I'm really married to the devil. I'm not in a real marriage. I'm not in a real marriage. I'm in a spiritual marriage with the devil. And I gotta go. And that's my word. That's my word. If this video resonates with you, if you have something to say, I would love for you to like, comment, and if you're new to my channel, subscribe. Thank you for watching this video. Until next time, beautiful people, keep thriving, stay blessed, stay true.